What happened to the Winnipeg Jets? This team won the President Trophy last year. Now they look lost and they have no identity, no depth, no future plan. So today we're breaking down how the Jets went from first to last and why the blame starts at the very top. Let's start with the obvious loss of Nikolaj Ehlers. Ehlers is one of the only Jets who can consistently create offense without elite line mates or ice time since Scott Arniel barely gave him any time. His speed, zone entries, transitions, that's his game. Once he left in the offseason, the Jets had no secondary scoring, no puck movement, no ability to drive the play outside of the top line. And instead of adjusting or replacing that production, the team just hoped the hometown kid, Jonathan Toews, who hasn't played since 2023, would fix it. And guess what? He didn't. This is where things really start to fall apart. At last year's trade deadline, the Jets were right there. They were at the top of the league the moment to go all in. And what did Kevin Cheveldayoff do? Brandon Tanev for a 2027 second round draft pick. Luke Shen for a 2026 second round pick and a 2027 fourth round pick. This was basically it. Nothing for a team who was first all of last year. Meanwhile, other contenders were loading up, improving their weaknesses, and the Jets just stayed frozen. That decision didn't just hurt last year, it also bled into this season too. Because now the roster still has the same holes, only bigger because the other Jets are having career lows like Cole Perfetti, who was supposed to take a step this year, only 9 points in 27 games. Jonathan Toews, 13 points in 41 games. Neil Pionk, 7 points in 37 games. When you're having this type of production from your depth, you can't really go anywhere. Like, what more do you want your star players to do? At some point, the Winnipeg Jets need to stop defending Cheveldayoff. This team has the same problems for years. No center depth, no consistent scoring beyond the top guys, poor asset management, overconfidence in eternal growth that never happens. So much for we draft and develop. Good GMs in the NHL adapt. Chevy just waits. Waiting costs this team its momentum, its confidence. And at this point, firing Cheveldayoff isn't reactionary in any type of way. It's overdue. Now let's see how the team is deployed. Scott Arniel, he only has one real line, which is the top line. Connor, Scheifele, Velarde. And Josh Morrissey carrying the defense. That's it. Every night, it's the same thing. Ride the top line, hope Hellebuck saves you, pray for someone else from the bottom 9 at this point to score. There's no structure for the bottom 6. No confidence in young players. No adjustments at all. That's not coaching, that's surviving. This might be the biggest issue of all. The Jets do not draft well. Even when they do, they don't develop properly. How many prospects have they had, only for them to stall, get buried in the lineup, or never become impact NHL players? Other teams turn mid-round picks into contributors. The Jets turns first-round picks into question marks. The develop isn't just talent, it's opportunity, coaching, and trust. Winnipeg consistently fails at all three. And that's how the Winnipeg Jets went from first to last. So when you add it all up, losing Ehlers exposed the lack of depth. The trade deadline showed no ambition. The GM refuses to act. The coach has no answers. The drafting and development are broken. This just isn't bad luck or a bad year. This is an organization failure. Until real changes are made, the Winnipeg Jets will keep sliding, or worse, in the next coming years, being stuck in the middle. Not good enough for playoffs, not good enough to have a high draft pick. If you think it's time for change in Winnipeg, hit that like button. If you want more deep dives into the NHL, make sure to subscribe. See you next time. Bye.